So, walking back from the language school now, thought I should have a video, just kind of like a synoptic chat as to like Mandarin, how it's going. The advantage of this is twofold. One, that like something I can talk about with relative ease, and two, I don't really have anything interesting planned today. So this just gives me like a nice easy way to produce a video with low effort. You'll notice as well as we're walking, like this is me on the way home. I'm not even doing, low effort. For those who enjoy the vlog, here's stuff happening. Go watch cars. Yeah. One thing you will notice, is I'll try and point them out, is there's a lot of flags because it's like National Day today. So this is like a really big holiday. It's also like the 19th conference of the Communist Party, so which is why you're going to see like a lot of Chinese flags about, which is cool. So yeah, Mandarin. So there's one thing I find weird about language learning, right? Is I'm not used to subjects wherein I'm just trying to memorize as much stuff as possible. Like the difficult bit of maths is like the comprehension of it. It's like, okay, an imaginary number is this bizarre concept, and I've somehow got to have my mind coming to terms with that. Whereas, like, the difficulty posed by learning a language, Chinese flag coming up there, the difficulty posed by learning a language is that, I know it's weird, because you kind of, like, you start seeing your mind as this, like, distinctly separate entity. Like the more I do this, the more I start thinking of, like, me as a person, and, like, my ability to memorize as two, like, separate things. Because what I'm trying to do is, like, put as many words in the library of memory as possible, and like via that nature I end up kind of like viewing my mind as this like bookkeeper in a library, and like the personhood being like a separate entity from the memory, which is weird. Because yeah, like were the mind rational, like were I a computer, like one, I wouldn't have to bother comprehending maths, two, it couldn't be like that, and two, like I would just remember the things instantly. So it's language learning is bizarre in that like the outlook it gives you on yourself for nothing else, and then it's kind of making you go like, okay, I am this thing. I am like the woman pushing the trolley around the library at the beginning of Ghostbusters. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Other than the broadly like conceptual chat, like as for the specifics of how it's going, I have what, like 3 lessons a week, each of like ish 4 hours, like, well, it adds to 10 hours total, so 2, 4, 1, 2. So what I've basically, the schedule I've got going is that for each lesson I like learn another, like chunk of 30 words, and then also review the previous stuff. So are we on a green light? No, we're not. So not that that'll change anything. By the side of a road now, but like no one on the road cares whether we can cross or not. Just gonna go across whenever. But yeah, so essentially trying to every lesson 30 words of new stuff, and also reviewing the old. Like this is a balance like I'm finding quite difficult of being like how is it you, like how do you. Sometimes it kind of just feels like trying to collect rainwater in like a colander. Like you're pouring more stuff in, but conscious of the fact that most of it's falling out, which just makes it a bit weird. But yeah, it's currently like the difficult bit so far is that balancing act between retention and through like adding more. Yeah, it's like it's almost definitely possible, right? Like many's the time I've seen Clark like look at a vocab list for Latin of like 20 words and like learn them in 30 seconds, but I can't do that. Like it takes many hours for me to learn stuff, and I'm currently just in like the practicing stage of that. So hopefully with time this will come quicker to me. But yeah, the question is as well is like how best to do retention. In that the book doesn't really have like questions and stuff. So I've kind of had to start like writing up essays and things, and so is my flatmate, and we're swapping them over and translating it. So yeah, that's going quite well. The one advantage of the one-on-one lessons is it kind of means that I can progress at this pace. Like I was chatting to the woman at my language school, and she was like, okay, so she was basically asking how quick I wanted to go, and I was like, well, I mean, as quick as possible, really. Like, you know, I'd much rather have like difficult 6 months now, spending a lot of time learning Mandarin, and then be really good at Mandarin. Or, well, not really good, because no one's really good at it. But like not in, like, basically she was like, okay, so how fast do you want to push yourself? And I was like, well, I want to be able to chat with people as soon as possible. And kind of like her way of achieving that, yeah, no, we're not going. Her way of achieving this is essentially like giving me like lots and lots of words to learn every day. That wasn't for me. But yeah, her way of achieving this is like, the teacher's way of achieving this is like pushing me with lots of words to learn every day. And which is the advantage of like one person, like just one-on-one lessons. Because I can kind of be like, okay, this is what I'm after. And then that's what the teacher accommodates. So yeah, that's great. Really big fan of one-on-one lessons. Because it just allows for infinite flexibility. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Language school's going really well. It's weird because of like, the simple task of memorizing stuff is one that I'm not used to. Like, it's just legit something I didn't have to do in my A-levels. Like, none of them were memorizing based. But yeah, it's just, it's good in that it's training me to do another thing, like a skill that will no doubt be useful at some point. And I really like one-on-one lessons because they allow for flexibility for me to be like, yes, help me get to a point where I'm not embarrassing at this. And hopefully we'll achieve that in 6 months. Who knows?